So, hello guys, welcome or welcome back to the KP show. We are here with the review of day 1 and 2 for the fourth test, which is the Boxing Day test match ongoing between India and Australia. It's safe to say that India is kind of struggling at this point. In reply to Australia's 474, India is at 164 for 5. So, we'll take you through both the days of play. We'll start with day 1. I have a brief analysis of day one, Pratik. So it began with Siraj and Bumrah taking the new ball. Siraj was absolutely wavered with his lines with the new ball, even with the length. He pitched short. He pitched like in 1 over. We saw six different deliveries from Siraj, which was completely needless. As a result of which they could not apply any pressure. And Bumrah was taken off by Sam Constas, who brought in some innovation to the game. There is one interesting stat. Out of 36 deliveries in Bumrah's first spell, Constas played 33 balls, scored 34 runs. Khwaja played only 3 balls. Why this stat is significant is Bumrah got rid of Khwaja like 4 times in this series in 71 balls. So Constas off, took off Bumrah from his line and length, got those runs, plus also shielded Khwaja, which made sure that the older guy also got some runs in. So this was practically what happened with the new ball in the first session. We gave the control very early to Australia. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's pretty much about the first session. When the game started, it was all about Sam Constance is very uh, innovative and very attacking cricketer. But when he came out to bat, the first 2 overs, if you see, he didn't get a run. Then he gets off the mark and he gets off the mark with a two, and he tries to reverse ramp Bumrah in the third over. Then he missed it. We thought, okay, that it can happen. He may be trying new things. Then again, he retried these things and he connected four out of those shots, and he scored 18 in those four shots. So that was pretty innovative from Sam Constance. Also, it was bit unusual from Bumrah because if you have watched Bumrah over the years, he's more of a process oriented guy. He likes to set up the batsman and then take their wickets. But this time it seemed he played into the trap. He bowled in those balls right on the stumps, kind of half volleys to Sam Constance. Just that he makes a mistake. Bumrah is waiting for a mistake. That is not Bumrah, to be honest. And that's what paid off for Sam Constance. Credit to the new batter, scored a brilliant 50 on debut.
Yeah, he hit one cover drive to Bumrah, after which I thought, okay, this is going to be a long day in the field, which it eventually turned out to be. But yeah, moving on. So Jadeja got rid of Constas, following which we had a partnership developing between Khwaja and Marnus. Marnus got back in form. After that, Khwaja got out of Bumrah. It was kind of a very soft dismissal. After which, again, we saw a partnership building between Marnus and Smith. Both those guys back in form. Trouble for us in SCG as well. Yeah. After that, Sundar got rid of Marnus against the run of play that wicket was. After that, we got in some control with Bumrah dismissing Travis Head, and then Bumrah got rid of Mitch Marsh as well. Then we saw a brief partnership between this guy Carey and Steve Smith before Carey was dismissed, and then Cummins got into the picture. So all in all, it was 311 for 6 at the end of day one. We thought, okay, decent day, and we could do well on day two, and let's try to restrict them before 350. I mean, this is what we thought at the end of day one's play, but yeah, we will get into day two. Let's hear out your thoughts about day one, Pratik.
Yeah, day one, after the Constance wicket, I thought that okay, now this is the time when we can stage a comeback. But Marnus came out and he played really well. Especially after the lunch, Marnus just stood his ground. He was hit on the body multiple times. They were doing really good bowling. I think they went back to the 2021 strategy with the negative bowling, body line and leg side bowling with three fielders back on the leg side. I thought that okay, now they have got their plans right and they are doing bowling really well. But Marnus played out that part of the play, and he scored not didn't score many runs, but he played it out. Then once the bowlers changed, Marnus switched gears. He got those half volleys and all, and he scored runs. Both Khwaja and Marnus, I think they could have got hundreds yesterday because they were batting really well. Both got out to cheap shots. Khwaja could not believe how slow the ball came off the surface and he just two-handed one straight to KL Rahul. Then Marnus, I think it was a very casual shot again. Mitchell Marsh, the same thing. I don't know. You just got there were two wickets down. Why do you want to attack Bumrah, the best bowler in the world at the moment? So it was kind of, yeah, these three wickets, I thought, okay, these three wickets, they gave it away. But the remaining three wickets were completely earned by the bowlers. If you see, Travis head dismissal was a fantastic in-dipper by Bumrah. Coming from around the
Yeah.
wicket, the ball just nipped back and took the off bail. He was expecting the ball will leave the stumps, but it's just the bail trimmer, the perfect bail trimmer that we
They
talk
they
about.
actually set Travis head up. They set up a short leg and he got confused what is going to be the length. Bumrah, I mean, is amazing. So
That's what
that
I'm
was
saying. That's what I'm saying. Bumrah is always he goes with the process. It's all about setups and all those things. But with Constas, that thing didn't happen. So that was I was very surprised with that part. But again,
yeah.
India, I think the game was pretty much in balance. I thought, okay, we can wrap them to 350 or 370 kind of a score.
Yeah. And if you see session by session also, they scored 112 runs in the first session of day one. All credit to Constas. After that, they stabilized a bit. They scored only 64 or 65 runs in the second session. Again, after that, in the third session, they came out all guns blazing, and then they scored a lot of runs, around 130 or something in the final session of the day. One
Exactly.
they scored a lot of runs, and one thing here,
Lost
Akash
wickets
Deep
as well.
was, yeah, lost wickets as well in the process. Yes, Akash Deep was very good with the ball. I would say on day one, he was extremely unlucky to not get wickets, but he troubled the batters a lot. He was bowling good lines, and I felt he should have taken the new ball as well. Like at least that's what happened on day two. But we'll come to day two now. What happened on day two was exactly what happened on day one. The same replica. Also, it is a replica of what happened in Adelaide, what happened in Perth second innings. Like the new ball, even in Brisbane, the new ball was completely wasted on one side. Bumrah was bowling well. On the other side, we started with Siraj. He bowled 1 over, was expensive, taken off the attack. Akash Deep came in. He bowled 5 overs. He considered 30 runs. So the new ball was absolutely wasted by our bowlers on one side. You could hear this frustration in the commentary as well, with Sunny G pointing that out, that Akash Deep is wasting the new ball.
I
But yeah,
mean, I think the
we were in
problem
a
with
situation
Akashdeep.
we were in a situation where when Siraj was bowling with the new ball, we felt Akashdeep is a better option. When Akashdeep is bowling with the new ball, we felt Siraj was the better option. When both of these guys were bowling, it felt like, oh no, Harshit Rana was the better option. It was kind of that. So
I
unfortunate,
mean,
I would say.
with the new ball, if you see, we had some 15-20 overs today because 86 overs, I think, was the game yesterday,
86
and
was
we
done.
got the new ball on after 81 overs. So only 5 overs were done. We had at least 20 overs with the ball new. So we could have easily wrapped up the tail. But yesterday, a random thought came into my mind. This kind of a condition, it was the same conditions against Steve Smith batting with the tail at Birmingham 2019. He was batting on some 80 runs or something. Nathan Lyon comes to him at 211 for 8 and says, uh, let's try and let's you try as much, let you finish up your century. And I think we can score about 250. Steve Smith says him, just hold your end, we will score more than 300. He was at 80 at that point. He ends up at 141 in the first innings at Edgbaston. And I think Australia scores some 290 or something. Like 80 run partnership they have. And in the second innings, he comes back, he scores another 100, 100 or 7 or something. So I was thinking,
Yeah,
but the way Steve Smith was batting yesterday, the feet movement, all those things. Also, after a long, long time, I saw him play the pull shots, and he was connecting them
exactly.
as crisp as he can. So I
Steve Smith
thought,
was
okay,
looking like
okay,
OG Steve Smith.
I think Steve Smith is back. It is safe to say that Steve Smith is back, and
Definitely back.
that's
We
what
have
happened.
opened the floodgate.
He exactly scored 140 again in this innings. Got out to a very horrible, in a very horrible, funny fashion, to be honest.
Funny fashion,
Otherwise,
yeah.
they were straight away. They would have scored 500 plus today
We
if
were
Steve
talking
Smith would
about
not have got out.
how we were talking about how unlucky Akash Deep was. This was one occasion where he was extremely lucky. He got the wicket of
Yes,
Steve Smith.
that's it.
But
So
but yeah, Steve Smith is definitely back. We have opened those
Steve Smith is
floodgates
back,
of destruction.
and SCG is his fortress. He is the king of SCG.
In the
Anyways,
key player section of our preview, we talked about Steve Smith. He came good.
Steve
We
Smith
talked
at
about
MCG,
Bumrah.
MCG,
He came good. We talked about
he
Cummins. Cummins came good.
yeah.
So
In MCG
we should
he
stop
averaged
doing the previews.
in MCG he averaged 78 before this innings. Definitely would have risen to somewhere like 84, 85 after this knock. So that's how good Steve Smith is at MCG. Also,
He is
kudos
even
to the
better at
man.
SCG. That's the problem, Mike.
Yeah, that's the problem. And kudos to the man because before this test match, in fact, before the Gabba test, after the ping ball test, that was the first time in 10 years when Steve Smith slipped out of the top 10 rankings of the test batsmen. And that's how he replies. Three innings, out of which one was kind of, it was of no use, that second innings at Gabba. They were just going and trying to talk the ball. Two of those major innings, he scored 200s.
Yeah.
That's
That's
how
why.
That's the
That's how
talent of
great
the
players.
man. That's the legendary of Steve Smith in Test cricket.
That's why
That's
great
how
players are
good
great.
he is. Yeah. So
So
that was it. I think that was it from the first session. Also, Pat Cummins. Pat Cummins rolled back the years again. If you remember in 2018 as MCG, he's got a 50 against us. He
60
played
odd.
one of the most beautiful cover drives. If on air, I think it was Sunil Gavaskar or someone, or Mark or any one of the two. And they were saying that this is straight from the coaching manual. And he scored a 50 there as well, back in the day in 2018. Now again, he scores 49 and gets out again, trying to hit the ball for a six.
Yeah,
So
Jadeja got his wicket.
the problem is whatever we saved by dismissing Head and Mitchell Mars cheaply, Pat Cummins scored against us. We
Yeah,
thought
I
that
mean, what?
okay, we could wrap them under 400 as we got these two hitters cheaply. Out of the blue, Pat Cummins comes out with the bat. He taunts almost a run ball 49, 49 or 55, and completely changes the game.
Yeah, and on top of that, so 143 runs were scored in the first session. After that, we
Smith
got two
and
quick wickets, but we could not do anything with it because the last wicket partnership lasted for 8 or 10 overs. And
huh,
I felt the most helpless when we had to bring in Bumrah to get the 10th wicket. That was absolutely poor captaincy, I would say, from Rohit Sharma. And you did not even use your spinners properly. Jadeja got slight grip. You could have used Washington Sundar a lot better. He was brought in very late yesterday. He was brought in very late today. I mean, it's kind of same mistakes which are being repeated. We also heard this in commentary as well. Why are they not giving the ball to Sundar? Clearly, you have played him as a bowler. You should have trusted him a bit more.
anyways, let's come to the Indian batting. I
Yeah.
mean, before
Yeah, so,
even I could start,
overall, the 10th wicket partnership frustrated us a lot, and they got to
they
474.
played almost 10 overs because Boland has played 36 and Leon has also played some 28 to 30 balls.
Yeah,
So that is
th-
bad captaincy in my opinion.
definitely. Now coming to India's batting after that, man, what a start! Rohit Sharma, come on, you cannot do that. That
This
shot
was
was
called for. I'll say this was called for. I said it in the preview as well. With this kind of form, why are you sending him to top of the order to face someone like a Mitchell Stark or a Pat Cummins? It is a recipe of disaster. It has to happen. His feet are
yeah.
not moving. He is not very confident. The ball is moving at such high pace at MCG on Boxing Day when the series, your WTC chances are on stake. Why do you want to take such a risk? And KL has been batting brilliantly. There was
I feel
no
for Kane.
There was
There
no
was this
use.
moment. There was this moment when Nathan Lyon went to KL and asked him, "What wrong did you did to bat at number three?
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on,
When he
man."
was taking guard for the
I
first ball itself.
I
When he
felt
was
so
taking
bad,
guard for the first ball
it
itself.
hit me in the heart. Man, this lad was so impressive. It is Rohit Sharma's statement right before the Adelaide Test. Rahul is doing so well at the top. It's very unfair if we not let him open. That's why I'll sacrifice my spot as an opener and bat at number six, which was very commendable. Everybody lauded it as a selfless decision. Although we talked about it, how it could be beneficial to Rohit Sharma himself by not facing the new ball. Okay, that's separate, but he still sacrificed his position. It was lauded. Now after that, the guy got another 80 at Gabba, which was a very crucial innings. Your entire batting lineup faltered. He got those runs. You should respect that. Even if Rohit Sharma wanted to bat higher, he could have batted at Shubman Gill's spot at number three.
Definitely,
We shouldn't have
definitely.
uh, done that to KL.
Because
Very unfair.
because if if you see the most difficult part for Australian bowlers in this tour has been to get the wickets of KL and Jaiswal. That is our opening pair. Even with the new ball, they have faced a uh, lot of
Trouble.
grind from these two players. Lot of
Jaiswal,
difficulty.
I would say, apart from that Perth innings, he always he threw his wicket.
He threw his wicket, but it's not like they got him
They,
out with a very good ball or something.
yes,
But with KL has been magnificent, to be
he put a
honest.
price on his wicket in every innings. Even today, also,
Every knock,
Cummins just rolled out a Jaffa out of nowhere, which
yes,
just hit his off stump.
the ball was angling in and it just straightens off the surface and takes the ball off. It
Yeah,
was
that
just
was a Jaffa.
unplay.
You couldn't
This is
do
what you call an unplayable delivery.
exactly. If all the five wickets that we lost today were that kind, I would not have had any problem with that, because that is a bowler's wicket. You cannot do anything about it. So it would have been understandable. But what happened after the two wickets was we saw a very resolute Kohli. I talked about this in the preview that this time it's something different, and he looked like something different. He was back in that zone which he used to be in 2014, 2015 times. He left the ball outside of Boland, Cummins. Everybody tried to get him to
And
nick
he
it off.
was and
He
he was very confident in leaving the ball. That is the most
exactly,
important part. He was
exactly,
very
and he
confident
showed
about where his off stump is, and he was leaving the balls.
he made Cummins and Boland to change their lines and bowl more straighter, of which he made use of more and got some runs as well. He got that flick of Stark, then one again down the fine leg. So he did an amazing job there. I felt okay. Kohli is back. We are gonna get a big knock here. We were at 140 or something for two, and then that
153 for two.
100 partnership was done. Yeah. From that point, what happened was horrendous. That run out.
It was a beginning of a calamity, and I'd say the where it started exactly. If you remember, there was an over from Mitchell Marsh. I think Jaiswal was batting on 72 or something. Mitchell Marsh was bowling. He hit Mitchell Marsh for a six over long on. Then one ball, Mitchell Marsh makes a loud appeal for an LBW. They go up, and Joel Wilson was very confident that it is not out. He gave him not out on field, and they went for a review. Review got failed, pitching outside leg, and all those things. But if the leg stump rule was not there, it could have been out. But it is how the law is designed, so there is nothing to talk about it. After that ball, you could have seen the Jaiswal's expression and all those things. He was pretty confident that I am out. Something happened. He leaves the remaining two balls. Then he starts defending against Nathan Lyon, who was bowling from the other end. And this kind of things just is a switch off. It indicates that you have switched off. And that is where the Australians smell blood. And that is what happened. Stark comes in. He bowled one cut shot he hit of Stark in the same over. It was not very convincing. He was aiming somewhere else, it went somewhere else. Kind of an edge only. And you could have seen his face. It was very sure that he is under some kind of pressure. He's batting on 82. Imagine he is feeling the pressure. Australia, who have told hard all the day, not getting wickets, they are up on their tails, and this run out happens. And after that, just the next ball, Kohli, what he has done so well so far in this innings, he does the same mistake again. He adjusts something on like seven stop or something. He just the bat is like coming back, and just it flicks up, and there is an edge to carry.
Yeah,
I mean, all the hard work you did, all these 6, 7, or 10 days, whatever you had, just in a matter of two balls, you undid yourself, and you also kind of pushed your team under the bus for the series as well as this game with these two
yeah,
wickets and two balls.
yeah. It's going to be very difficult now. After I messaged in the group as well. If you remember, right after Jaiswal's dismissal, I saw something happen. I was like, okay, we are gonna lose another wicket. I just hoped it was Akash Deep and not Kohli. But
Virat, yeah. But unfortunate again, and Akashdeep,
what can
although he got out, I don't understand why they were sending the night watchman with 20
with
25 minutes left to play.
10 overs
20
were
minutes
left.
left to
Yeah,
20 minutes were left. Let's not talk about the overs. 20 minutes means at least 4 to 5 overs of bowling will be done. And they have smelled blood now because you lost a wicket against the run of play, which was not at all expected. You know Australians are going to come ahead at you. And again, that is a tactical failure. This is the same thing I talked about when Pat Cummins came out to bat against Bumrah in the Pearl Test as a night watchman,
my first
and
man.
he got out safely
Exactly,
as well.
exactly.
Exact same recipe,
Yeah,
and it is a recipe of disaster. When there is 25 minutes of play left, and you are facing someone like a Mitch Stark and a Scott Boland, night watchman is not the solution. And the Test match is on the line, the series is on the line, the WTC final is on the line, and you are making these kind of mistakes.
yeah. I mean, what can we say? That was complete brainfield, and it just changed the course of the game. I would say. I know you do not win test matches based on one or two moments, but this moment was a very defining moment, I would say, in the game. That run out following which Kohli lost his wicket. I think we just handed the game to the opposition here. Yeah,
And when
let's
when Australia is the opposition, you know what the result will be.
you give them an inch, they make a mile out of it. That's Australia. Anyways, so let's not talk about what went wrong. It's done. Let's talk about what is remaining, which is Rishabh Pant and Ravindra Jadeja at the crease. I'm expecting each of them to score at least 50 odd. Pant, we will have to see if he can bat freely with all this pressure over him.
The only thing I'd say for Rishabh Pant is he has to control his instincts again, because currently I don't see Nathan Lyon coming into bowl early of the day tomorrow. It will be mostly Stark, Cummins, and Boland, these three for the first hour of play. If he gets through them, then he will at least get 15 to 20 overs of uh, 15 to 20 overs before the second new ball, because they have bowled 46. If they even if they bowl 14 overs in the first hour of play, then also he's going to get 20 overs of the new ball, old ball, which he can smash around. He has to wait for his chances. If he
Yeah,
does, then we are in the game. If he doesn't do that, then again, God can only God bless us.
yeah. What I'm just hoping is it should not happen that we just be bowled out for another 50 odd runs. That is something we should definitely avoid,
That
which is
is for
impossible.
that we have to play extremely bad given the
Yeah,
conditions. This pitch is an absolute belter for batting. At least the
yeah.
first
I
two
mean,
days were. I don't know what will happen on the third day, but it has been an absolute flat deck. There is
we
no
have
movement.
34 overs. We have 34 overs till the new ball. I think we can, if we get at least
Even if we score
100
100
runs,
runs and not lose more than 1 or 2 wickets, we are well and truly
we
back in
would
the
be in
game.
a good shape. Yeah, we would be in a good shape. So let's see what happens. Again, we predicted so many things correct. Now I don't want to make any predictions because it's all going against us. We made the prediction about Cummins, Boland. They came good. We talked about Smith, his record at the MCG. He came good. Kohli also almost came good, but yeah, it wasn't a complete innings. Maybe second innings we will see a lot better from him. So
Kohli did all the hard work today just to give it away in one ball. That was very sad. And my heart goes out for Kohli, to be honest. Being his fan for like 15 years now, from the time we are seeing him, and
My
it's
heart
really
goes out to
sad.
myself that I have to had to go through all this. Come on, I want him to get
Any
that 100.
also any
Not
comments
100.
you
I
want
want,
to any comments you want to make on that Kohli shoulder dash with Sam Constance?
man. Look, I do not want to talk about it much because it was just a moment in the game that happened. Physical contact, I always say it should not happen in sports, especially in cricket. There are, okay, football is a different sport, but in cricket it shouldn't have happened. It was needless also from Kohli, I would say, but it's not as big of a deal as it's being made out. I mean, these things just happen in cricket. The 19-year-old kid, he knows better than the media outlets that are posting those things. He said it's just cricket. I mean, that's how you should have taken it. We have seen much worse things happen on the pitch done by the Aussies. So come on, just leave it at that and move on. Is what I would say. What are your thoughts? And let's
Yeah,
close
I'd
this
say
video.
the same. I'd say the same. I mean, it was just a moment, and we should go on with it. Even Sam Constance on mic after the incident decided it's whatever happens on the field stays on the field, and Virat is his childhood hero as well, just like many
Yeah,
of
he
us.
picked Kohli over Smith, so that's something which
Yes.
is a bit sad. Hopefully, Virat Kohli went in after the game, after the day's play, and spoke some good things to him. If
Yeah.
not already, he should do it at the end of
In,
the test match at least.
yes.
So that's that, and yeah, hope you like this video. We look forward to bringing you more and more videos. Day 3 and day 4 analysis. We'll see if we can do it together, or if we want to do it separately, depending on how the days go. So let's just hope India does well, and we'll see you in the next video. Up until then, hope you like our videos. Consider subscribing to our channel and share these with your friends. See you in the next video. Ciao.